Hello everyone, Dr. Spalding here. I'm going to show you how to do a problem that's similar to a problem that's on your Unit 10 test. This problem says show the product rule works for the log base 4 of 64 plus the log base 4 of 16. Note that this is not the same as saying use the product rule to evaluate log base 4 of 64 plus log base 4 of 16. So we want to show that the product rule works. So there's two ways that you can do this. I'll show you the easier way first. What we want to do is figure out what the log base 4 of 64 plus the log base 4 of 16 equals without using the product rule. The log base 4 of 64 is 3 because 4 to the third power equals 64. Then the log base 4 of 16 is 2 because 4 to the second power equals 16. And then 3 plus 2 equals 5. Now let's use the product rule. So the product rule says that we have the log base 4 of 64 times 16. That would be equal to the log base 4 of 1024. And then 4 to the fifth power equals 1024. So the log base 4 of 1024 equals 5. So we get 5 here and here. So since we got the same thing equals each other, it follows that the log base 4 of 64 plus the log base 4 of 16 equals the log base 4 of 64 times 16, which is what your product rule says. The second way you can do this is we have x. Let's let x equal 64, and let's let y equal 16. So that means that x equals 4 cubed and y equals 4 squared. Let's write both of these equations in logarithmic form. So we have the log base 4 of x equals 3 and the log base 4 of y equals 2. Now let's multiply x and y. X, we said, is 4 cubed. Y, we said, is 4 squared. So we have two powers with the same base being multiplied. That means we're going to add the exponents. Okay. Now, that means we have xy equals 4 to the 3 plus 2 power. Let's take this equation and write it in logarithmic form. So we have the log base 4 of xy equals 3 plus 2. Well, 3 we said equals the log base 4 of x. And 2 we said equals the log base 4 of y. And now let's replace x and y. We said that x equals 64 and y equals 16. So we have the log base 4 of 64 times 16 equals the log base 4 of 64 plus the log base 4 of 16, which is what the product rule says. So there are two ways that you can show the product rule works for this. So again, not the same as using the product rule to evaluate, but you're showing that the product rule works.